Today on Real Estate Right Now, we're going to be talking about how mortgage interest rates are going up and should you wait to buy. Stay tuned. So within the last several weeks, mortgage interest rates have gone up, and this was recently reported by Freddie Mac. Fannie Mae, the Mortgage Bankers Association, and the National Association of Realtors has also reported that they expect mortgage interest rates to rise over the next 4 quarters. This has caused some purchasers to lament that the fact that they may no longer be able to get an interest rate below 3.5%. However, we have to realize that interest rates are still at a historic low. Over on my website, DustinPurtan.com, I have a chart that shows the interest rates from the last several decades. On that chart, you'll be able to see some of those interest rates like the 1970s, where they were almost up to a 9%. In the 1980s, interest rates were actually almost up to 13%. In the 1990s, the decade I was born, interest rates were actually around 8.12%. And then in the early 2000s, interest rates were about 6.29%. So even though some of us missed the lowest interest rate we have ever seen, that doesn't mean you're not getting a better interest rate than your older brother, sister, a better interest rate than your parents, and a way better interest rate than our grandparents ever did. If you go back to episode 2, you'll see how we break down the cost of renting versus buying. In that episode, we talk about how interest rates would have to get up to a 9.1% for it to be a better decision to rent than own. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Real Estate Right Now, and we'll see you next week.